So, good day, everybody, and welcome to today's Business Spotlight. Today, we have the pleasure of Gary Byrnes from Tau Climate, TAO, Tau Climate. Gary, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Tom. Great to be with you.
So, tell our audience of eager listeners here today, what do you do and how long have you been doing it?
Right. Tau Climate has been established for just under 2 years now. And our goal, our big, hairy, audacious goal, is to end climate change. And the mechanism we're putting in place to do that is a crop called industrial hemp. So industrial hemp is humankind's oldest crop, and we're going to use that growing at scale all over the world to capture carbon really, really quickly from the atmosphere. And then that carbon will be sequestered permanently and safely in hempcrete, which is a sustainable construction material which we're using to build sustainable housing and infrastructure all over the world. So we're using one problem to solve another.
That is certainly a big, hairy, audacious goal. So it isn't just locally, it's global. This sounds really, really interesting. So this is a solution that you were suggesting, but you're not growing the hemp yourselves, are you?
No, we're a technology company, Tom.
Yes.
So we're building our technology platform in partnership with Google, actually, which is really, really amazing and so beneficial to our vision.
Yeah.
So our technology platform will enable the gathering of data around the crop and carbon life cycles. And then as the data comes together, then the carbon credit is created, and then that carbon credit is available for sale off the platform. So we're using Google satellite technology in their Google Earth engine to enable verification of crops using satellite imagery. And also we're building a customized database which will allow for the real-time trading of carbon credits. At the moment, forestry is the main kind of mechanism available, but it can take up to 40 years for forestry to show net carbon gains. Hemp grows in 4 to 5 months. So it's a really, really innovative way to stop climate change really quickly. And then the third element
sorry, go ahead. So as an example then, a data center would be producing a lot of carbon footprint.
Yes, if it's off the grid.
They wouldn't be saying, well, we'll just put a hemp production in here. This is a trading platform where they would say, well, look, we want to offset our carbon footprint by using your technology, but it won't be happening beside us, it'll be happening over here.
Well, it potentially could, Tom, and this is part of our vision is that we want to see infrastructure such as data centers built from hempcrete. One of the key reasons there is that hempcrete is a more thermally efficient construction material than concrete. Now, concrete and cement are responsible for up to 8% of global CO2 emissions. So that's part of the problem we want to solve as well, by bringing a much more sustainable product in which can do pretty much anything that concrete can. Hempcrete doesn't have the compressive strength of concrete. That's the only issue, but that can be solved with other kind of means and mechanisms. So yes, our vision is that data centers could certainly have hemp growing around in their outer areas, and that could be offsetting the data center's footprint in real time.
And then is it dependent on weather conditions where this can grow, or can it grow
hemp
anywhere?
can grow anywhere in the world, Tom. That's the beauty of it. It also grows well on marginal land. It's perfect as a rotation crop because it cleans the soil and puts extra nutrients into the soil for future crops. And Ireland, for example, we're working with partner growers in Ireland, and they get one good season. But when you go to sub-Saharan Africa and other hotter countries in the world, you're talking about 3 crops in a year. So you can literally have this growing constantly, pulling CO2 from the air at the rate of at least 15 tons per hectare, which is a European Commission statistic. So it really is an amazing crop, and it has multiple co-benefits, Tom. Like, I'll give you an example. Hemp requires only 10% of the water of most other crops, such as cotton. So you can use the hemp fiber to create material for clothing. displacing cotton using 10% of the water. And of course, hemp fibers last so much longer than cotton.
Yes.
And also, it's when growing hemp, you're not displacing food crops either, because it's not currently classified as a food, even though it does have great nutrition benefits.
That sounds, this is a big project, and it sounds very easy. So is it hard for companies, I presume it's companies ideally you're going to be targeting initially, is it hard for companies to become part of this?
No, it's very easy. We've got a comprehensive partnership program. We're currently working with SMEs in Ireland. We also have a consumer offering, Tom, so that if somebody wants to offset their flights, it's very easy to purchase our carbon credits by the kilogram. Our vision is to really work with data center operators and cloud computing and tech companies, but also aviation is very, very important to us. We have a solution for any kind of company, any kind of consumer, anywhere in the world.
Interesting. I can think of one or two of my own clients who might find this interesting. This is really interesting. So it's easy to get into. It's not expensive. I presume it's just actually the taking part, because most companies, I presume in the future, you're going to get penalized if your carbon emissions are above a certain level or something.
That's correct, Tom. And there's EU legislation coming downstream now, which is going to make every company measure, minimize, and manage its carbon footprint. And that's our mantra. We work with our partner companies to measure their footprint, to minimize it by taking actions, and then to manage the outstanding footprint using our hemp carbon credits, which is a new category of product in the space. And very interestingly, our pilot project is currently live. So we have hundreds of tons of hemp carbon credits currently available for sale at tauclimate.com. And what we've done is we've partnered with an operation in Western Ukraine. Ukraine has a long history of growing and making with hemp.
And in the news now as well.
Absolutely. So what our partners are doing there is they're growing hemp in Ukraine, and then they're using that locally grown hemp to build hempcrete apartment buildings for people who have lost their homes in the conflict. So it's a true win-win-win scenario. So not only is a company able to offset its carbon footprint by funding this operation, and all the data is there to show the amount of carbon that's been captured and locked away, but they're genuinely helping people with housing needs. So that's our vision.
And tell me, this all sounds fantastic. Who at the end of the day would monitor this?
Well, this is it. We want to use technology for verification. That's our vision, because at the moment you've got the incumbents in the space. I won't name names, but you've got these forestry offset companies. They do their own verification, and they have recently been shown in many media reports to be entirely bogus. And I don't use that word lightly, Tom. They're selling fantasy carbon offsets. And then on the other side, you've got direct air capture, which uses these huge fan machines to suck in the air and filter out the carbon. A big problem with these direct air capture machines is that they're very energy intensive. It takes about 6 years for your order to be delivered. It's not scalable. And then the carbon goes into a hole in the ground. So you're paying anything from 1,000 to 1,500 euros per ton, using all this power, all this machinery, and then there's nothing happening with the carbon at the end. So what we're doing is we're offering a much more comprehensive end-to-end solution where we're driving benefits by this carbon capture.
I can see the value here already. And it seems very simple. And I think one of the most important points to me anyway would be that it's easy to get into. Because a lot of people say, yeah, well, I want to do this, but how hard is it? This is easy.
It is easy. Now, the hemp crop is a hardy crop. That's the thing. Its fiber is so hard and so tough. It does require some certain special equipment in order to harvest and process it. But we've got an infrastructure plan which will scale out. And
so therefore you have the infrastructure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm interested in doing this. Gary, can you help me? I can. Tell me this, tell me that. You have your questionnaire to ask people, and you can guide them as to how they can do this, because it's a win-win for everybody at the end.
It is. We want to make it easy for anyone in the world to grow hemp and to make with hemp. So our platform joins all these value creators together.
Okay. So enough about your product and the value it brings. I think it's fantastic with that big, hairy, audacious goal, and I wish every success of that. Back to your business and you as a person, what are the biggest learnings you have got since you became a business owner?
Yes, I would say a lot of it is down to the climate crisis. Okay, I think we've hit a turning point in the past couple of months where people know we need to take action. We need to take significant action now. So I believe that every company in the world now needs to have a very strong and coherent sustainability and climate policy as part of their everyday activities. So I think that's really important. The biggest deal for us has been we joined Google's program. It's called Startups for Sustainable Development, which is a global program that Google runs. There are just 400 companies globally on the program, so we're really proud to be one of those companies. And what it does is it helps companies that aim to achieve one or more of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Our main target is Goal 13, climate action, but we aim to make impacts across multiple goals. So what Google does then is it organizes training. I did leadership coaching with Google earlier this year, which was fantastic. We have workshops 2, 3, 4 times a week where we're learning about all different aspects of business from a Google perspective. And then we've actually reached the stage now where Google's helping to build our tech. So that is quite a remarkable program. And I would strongly advise anybody who's looking at starting up a business in the sustainability or social development spaces, please look up the Google SFSD program.
The secret seems to be in the partnerships, putting the right teams together and becoming good at what you do, what you don't have, team up with other people, because I think the win-win situation is what we're all really interested in.
Absolutely, yes.
And I think that is really, really cool. So you've had your business for a long time. You're running a business now. Can I ask you, have you many people on this team with you?
There are 2 of us co-founders working full-time currently, myself and my partner Felix, whose background is in e-commerce and web development, which my skills would be in marketing, technology marketing primarily. So we work really well together. And we've got a good broader team of people who have jobs, outside jobs, but they work with us on a part-time basis. So we're building the team slowly but surely. But I think clarity of purpose and clarity of vision, Tom, 100%. Is what brings the right people to you. And that's been very effective for us to date.
So how would our listeners here, if they wanted to contact you, they had a general inquiry, they kind of say, hey, I got a company and I'd like to do some, where do I go, Gary? Tell me what I should do.
Well, if you're interested in working with us to help measure, minimize, and manage your carbon footprint, visit us at taoclimate.com. You can connect us through a form there.
That's TAO climate.
Yeah, Tao is the way, Tom. So we're saying is Tao Climate is the way to carbon neutral. And it's all about rebalancing our relationship with the sun by removing CO2. And then if you're interested in growing hemp with us and potentially building hempcrete homes or any other hemp products with us, then we've got an operational business at hempoffset.com, which is all about hemp. You can learn all about the amazing benefits of the crop, its history, its different applications. It's said that hemp has up to 50,000 product applications, Tom. Everything from biofuels to bioplastics, hempcrete, as we've discussed, fabric, paper, you name it. And in fact, there's a very interesting backstory to hemp. Because it had been used by humans for approximately 12,000 years, when the oil and plastics industry emerged in the 1930s in America, they found that hemp was already doing all the work that they wanted to do with their oil and plastic. So what they did was they worked with the US government to have hemp banned in 1937, so that then the oil and plastics and lumber industries could come in, fill the gaps left by hemp. And it's only in 2018.
Going full circle.
Yeah, it's only since 2018 that it's been reclassified and is now completely legal in the US, which means we're at the beginning of a great global growth cycle.
Well, I think this is where the future is. Green sustainability, carbon. This is where the big bucks are going to be made in the next while. So this
is fantastic. Tom. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, Gary, thank you so much for your time today, folks. I think we've learned an awful lot. So get in touch with Gary. Have a look at the website, Tao Climate, Tao Climate.com. And Gary, thank you so much. I look forward to monitoring your progress.
Thanks so much, Tom. It's been great.
Cheers. Bye for now.
Bye.